Have you ever thought of starting a TikTok career as a chow man? Or do you want to impress your girlfriend with pro level tricks? Do you want to gain an edge over your enemies with just one spell? Well, today is your lucky day. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video we will show you guys some tricks with heroes that you can perform using the spell flicker, which will give you advantages in game. Here are the questions from our previous video. The first question is asked by That One Idiot, asking will there be an event where we can get Clint M2 skin again. I'm pretty sure that the skin will be back for sale in the M5 event. The second question is asked by Edith, asking how to get redeem codes. The redeem codes will be hidden in every video, watch it and find it. This video too has hidden codes in it. First we have Edith. There are two tricks with Edith. The first will be to stun enemies unexpectedly. Use the skill 1 and flicker towards the enemy. If the range is enough, it will instantly knock them out. The second will be with second skill. Tap skill 2 and drag your flicker towards the position you want to take the enemy. Tap as fast as you can and boom, it's done. Next we have Minsitthar. The first will be the skill 1 hook plus flicker. This can increase the length of your pull effect and gives you better advantages. The second will be ultimate plus flicker. This can be useful when initiating a team fight, as this will give no reaction time to your enemy and can finish off easily. Just tap ultimate and flicker towards the side you want. It's easy as this. Up next we have Terizla. Terizla works similar like the Minsitthar ultimate trick. This is also good when you are initiating their backline. Tap ultimate and flicker and it's enough. You can finish them off with your other skills. Next we have Guinevere. Her trick will be to increase the length of her skill 2. You can also easily catch the enemy's backline with this trick. Jump and before the animation ends, use flicker to increase the length. The animation looks a bit weird, but you will still be able to use your ultimate and finish them off. Next up is Xavier. You might be asking what trick Xavier has. Well, Kazukiofficial is here to tell you. First, use your ultimate and use flicker in a different direction when the animation for your ultimate is not done. The enemies will see two ultimates which will confuse them. Up next will be Jawhead. This trick is a bit complicated, but it's worth knowing it. First, lock your target and keep a distance to flick, and you must stay near a target to perform. Activate your skill 2 and tap it while flickering towards your target and it's done. This needs a lot of practice to master it. Next will be Minotaur. The first trick will be letting your skill 1 range increase with the help of flicker. You can also do this too with your enhanced skill 1. The second trick will be to surprise enemies with your ultimate. Just use your ultimate nearby your enemy from a bush or even nearby them. On the third jump, flick towards your enemy. This will surely surprise them, and you can also add your skill 1 to give more CC. Next we have Silvanna. Her first trick will be repositioning her skill 2. It is a simple but effective trick, as many sneaky enemies can just dodge your skill 2. The second trick will be extending her ultimate range. This can be very helpful in diving into the enemy's backline. Use your ultimate and when she is in mid-air, use your flicker and you will be able to extend her ultimate range. Up next we have Lesley. The trick will be repositioning yourself when using ultimate. When you ult an enemy and someone is blocking the damage, you can use flicker like this. But use this only if the enemy will die in one shot. If you can't finish off your target, it's not worth. Next will be Alpha. This trick can easily surprise your enemies when they aren't expecting it. Let me show you how it's done. Drag your ultimate towards the position you want your enemies. Release it, and after that flick towards their back, and it's done. Up next will be Zilong. Use this trick when enemies are nearby your turret. Tap skill 1, and when the enemy is in the mid-air, flick towards your turret and you will be able to increase your range just like this. Next we have Chou. Chou also has two tricks. The first will be extending the range of his third phase of skill 1. Use the first two phases and aim your third phase towards the target you want, while keeping some distance, and flick once you release your skill 1. It's easy as this. The second trick will be kicking the enemy backwards. Let me show you how it's done. Stay nearby your enemy. Once you are ready, ult while flickering towards them, and you will be able to kick them back just like this. Next up is Lunox. Everybody knows about the Ruby DD combo, right? If you didn't know about it before, you are not OG player. To do this combo, you should have one dark energy stake, then use your ultimate in the dark followed by flicker, first skill, third skill followed by your light ultimate. This will give huge AoE damage while you are untargetable. Next up is Terizla. These tricks are known by almost all Terizla mains. The first trick is to use your ultimate, and before the charge ends, use flicker so that you can surprise the enemies. For the second trick, use the second skill in the different direction and flicker towards the enemies before the dash ends. You can use it for repositioning or a surprise. Next up is Lapu-Lapu. Lapu-Lapu, according to me, is one of the best heroes to flicker with. For the first trick, use ultimate and flicker before he touches the ground. This trick is often used to dive into enemy's backline. For the second trick, use your enhanced first skill where the enemies are, and flicker before the enhanced first skill animation ends. This should help you stun the enemies who are either getting away or at a distance. For the third trick, use your enhanced ultimate and let the first and second phases of the ultimate finish. And when he's jumping for the final phase, use flicker where you want he will smash there. Moving on, Barats. Barats trick can be used to reposition your enemies far away from the team when you ult them. Use your ultimate and use flicker to wherever you want, and split the enemy out away from his teammates. Next up is Grock. This trick is used when you are out of position from the enemies, when you are using your ultimate, or you want to surprise enemies who are at a distance. Use your ultimate and flicker towards the enemy before Grock's dash ends. This trick gets 10 times more effective when you dash enemies who are near the walls, as it will surprise stun them. Next up is Lancelot. Lancelot can enhance his ultimate dash using flicker, though I don't recommend it. You can use it if you are feeling funky. It's simple, just use ultimate along with flicker. His ultimate dash range is increased. Next up is Franco. We all know this is a classic combo, but still for people who don't know how it is, just use your first skill, catch the enemy and flicker wherever you want. I recommend you do it towards the turret so that it will drag the enemy inside it. Next up is Xavier. Xavier is the newest addition to MLBB. Xavier's ultimate is easy to avoid, as you can just walk away from it if she doesn't use her CC. You can use this flicker trick to get in the range of the enemy. Next up is Balmond. You can use flicker to reposition Balmond's ultimate. Use ultimate and use flicker before the animation for Balmond ultimate ends. Next up, Odette. Flicker is best used with Odette to reposition her ultimate. Use your ultimate, then flicker towards the enemy. Easy, isn't it? Moving on to Dairoth. Are you tired of people just running away when you ultimate? Just use flicker. Use your ultimate and flicker towards your enemy and it's done. He's dead and you are happy. Next up is Lolita. Lolita, while her ultimate can stun multiple enemies, the charge up for her ultimate is long and enemies just walk or dash away before the charge up is complete. You can use flicker to counter it. Use your ultimate, wait for it to charge and flicker where you see the enemies are trying to run away. Next up, Ruby. Ruby, like Franco, is a classic hooker, which means that she can do similar tricks to Franco with her flicker. But I will take Ruby over Franco because of her HP regen. It's okay if you choose Franco because different people have different tastes in hookers. Just like Franco, use your hook and flicker wherever you want, but you must be a bit fast compared to Franco because this hooker is fast. Next up is Khufra. Khufra, despite being a ball, has ridiculous range on his first skill now with flicker. You can bounce on someone who is extremely far away. Not only that, if someone doesn't want to get touched by your hands, don't worry, you can put your hands all over them with flicker. For the first skill, use your first skill and flicker towards your target before the first skill ends. For the ultimate, use your ultimate and flicker before the animation ends for your ultimate. Use this near walls as it will be more effective. Next up is Paquito. You can use Paquito's ultimate or the second skill along with flicker. They are a bit difficult, but you can do it if you try a few times. Use your ultimate or second skill along with flicker and you have to be quick. They are a bit easier in the enhanced state because they have a little bit of AoE effect. But you can use flicker for both enhanced and the normal version for the second and ultimate skills. Moving on to Badang. Are you tired of people escaping your fisting? I'm sure you are.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Just use flicker. You can use flicker to increase the dash range of your skill 2. Use your skill 2 and use flicker before the animation for skill 2 ends. Your enemies are now stunned behind a wall and are ready to be fisted by your ultimate. You can use your flicker to reposition your ultimate if someone escapes the fisting. Use your ultimate and then reposition with flicker where you want, preferably by the wall. Fisting is always better when there is a wall. Next up is Belleric. This combo can be used to surprise enemies who are at a distance. Use second skill and use conceal and flicker towards the enemies and ultimate. Next up, Fredrinn. This combo can be used to reposition your ultimate from enemies who are out of range. Use ultimate and flicker towards the enemy. Now nobody can escape from you. Next up is Yin. Yin has two flicker tricks that you can use. The first one where you can stun enemies who are far away with the use of second skill and flicker. The second one is where you can reposition Lee's ultimate where the enemies are. And last we have Kadita. This combo can be used to surprise and catch enemies that are escaping. Use your ultimate, and as soon as you ultimate, use flicker towards the enemies. So how many tricks did you guys know from this video? If you guys have more, do comment down below so that we can use it in our future video. So that will be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.